For the first update in a while, we actually have some pretty interesting cars that aren't crossovers or SUV. We'll get back to that one in a moment, but the other cars we have is a now production version of what was assumed to be a concept car. But then, of course, more Vision Gran Turismos. I know the general audience is collectively groaning at the same time. However, I'll be honest, I actually don't hate the Vision Gran Turismos. I just kind of hate how they're implemented in this game. Of course, thanks for watching as always, and welcome to the channel as always. My name is Matt, and don't forget to check out my Fanatec link in the description, and don't forget to check out my merchandise store at oweo.com/store/Matt51Westby. This update is unfortunately the best update that we've gotten in a while, but it's not really saying that much. As far as the Renault advent time, I get the feeling that Kazunori Yamauchi, on the way over to Le Mans, he must have been watching some old Top Gear classic episodes and said, yes, that's the one, that's the car I need. And honestly, like I said, I really don't hate the Renault advent time. I think it's because of, I think, Top Gear, it's got a now very interesting legacy, point of history in car culture. But then, of course, the Fila, I've never really understood like what it actually is, but I think it's like a collaboration between like Honda and Sony about what they both think the future of cars are, which is interesting. But we get to the Vision Gran Turismo, singular, because Chevrolet had announced at, what was it, Monterey? The CX Concept 25. It is an electric vehicle that is what people are thinking is going to look what the 9th generation Corvette may potentially start to look like. And a lot of people are kind of concerned because it's almost too out there. Again, it's a concept car. Not too bad. But then, of course, we have the CXR Vision Gran Turismo. Like I've said before, I want to take some multiple steps back to kind of get into my point here today. The idea of Gran Turismo working with car manufacturers to bring their concept cars into Gran Turismo is not anything new. Honestly, as far as I'm concerned, Gran Turismo 4 had some of the best concept cars, i.e. the Nike 2022, that was awesome. But my favorite beyond all cars, without a shadow of a doubt, was that Cadillac CN. And to this day, I still think that is the car that absolutely should have been put into production, even if it was 20 examples. There's just something about that car, whether it be the fact that, you know, it was a really easy car to grind and then you'd be able to just like win millions and millions in credits by acquiring them and then selling them. I don't know if that was the case or not, but there was just something about that car that I still feel to this day is just really special. And I think that is the point that Polyphony should be trying to make with these Vision Gran Turismos, is these really out there unique vehicles that car manufacturers and Polyphony Digital work in tandem to be able to create these otherworldly visions to then bring them to the game. And the cool thing is you'll have these examples like the McLaren Solus where it actually becomes a real car. So back in the early 2010s, it was very evident that the Bugatti Veyron was starting to wind down production and that a successor was in fact needed. There is another generation, a next generation of the Veyron that was going to be made by Bugatti and Volkswagen. And what was interesting is, unlike what you would normally expect, is that you would release the car, and then 6 months down the line, or even on release day, whatever the time frame is, we'll eventually see a race version of it. What was so unique about its launch is that we actually didn't see the Chiron at all. Like, I want to say it was 2013. We saw the Bugatti Vision Gran Turismo. And it was just this wild, really aggressive, long, just incredible feat of engineering. And then the internet started to speculate, okay, if you start removing the spoilers and the race trim and this, that, the other thing, is that what the next generation Bugatti is going to look like? And sure enough, like a year later, they revealed the Chiron, and it was exactly what that was. So as far as this collaboration that Polyphony and Bugatti had, I'm not sure if it was the fact that they wanted the Vision Gran Turismo to be released first and then the actual car, because if that was the case, that's awesome. But I also get the feeling that more or less what happened is that Polyphony wanted a collaboration with Bugatti, and Bugatti had already designed the Chiron and just hadn't really made it public yet, and they said, okay, well, just put some spoilers and stuff like that on it. And because we have this contractual deadline with Polyphony before the release of the Chiron, we're just going to let that go out into the wild. And if that's the case, that kind of steals the thunder away of the Chiron's release, if that makes any sense. So, again, tangents aside, in Gran Turismo 5, I want to say, it was announced that this Vision Gran Turismo series was going to start, where, of course, like I was saying, Polyphony would be working with car manufacturers to bring their designs into the video games. And like I said, Vision Gran Turismo Bugatti, great example of that. Love that car. But over the years, how they've done the release of them is just unlike, the Cadillac CN and unlike the Bugatti Vision Gran Turismo. The other Vision Gran Turismos that have been released just don't have that same impact, and I don't know if it's due to the fact that there isn't a Vision Gran Turismo championship or a campaign or just something to make us feel more attached to the cars, because it just seems that there are just tens of these Vision Gran Turismo cars that I don't know if they all just look the same, or maybe it's the fact that it's oversaturated, that now pretty much every manufacturer in this game has got a Vision Gran Turismo. But like I said, the implementation of it is just really odd, because instead of talking about the story behind some of these cars, again, like the Bugatti, which could have been, we'll yet to see one of these days what the true story is. It could be a really interesting story, but we don't know about it. And the worst offender of all of this is the fact that with the Vision Gran Turismos, they do have Vision Gran Turismo events. That's fine, I love that. They're all 850 PowerPoint limit or less. So you get these Vision Gran Turismos like the Mini Cooper up ahead that is like, I don't know, 500, 600 PowerPoints? And it's no match to what the now Chevrolet CXR Vision Gran Turismo of 1,000 PowerPoints. There's just no match. So there's so many manufacturers that are putting in some incredible vehicles, putting in an incredible amount of detail and just these glorious stories, that when we get into the game, you just find the fastest one and then you just drive that ad nauseum. But I know for a fact, if they did have like a campaign about the Vision Gran Turismo and they had these stories, you know what I would be doing through all of it? Yeah, there's got to be a way to make an interactive campaign that does a great job of telling these stories, that it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like it's just being shoved down your throat like the cafes happen in this game. So, I don't know. there's something about the Vision Gran Turismos that are so unique and so interesting. But again, there's something about Gran Turismo 7 that there are so many different little storylines happening in this game that foundationally, this game has it, but it just isn't there for, like, you've got, it's what, 15-year anniversary of the Vision Gran Turismo, and it's kind of like a meh. You know what I mean? It's just like, wow, okay, so if I'm a car manufacturer now, like, and I see this thing, why would I be a part of it? Because it's just, my car is going to be added to the game, it'll be part of a trailer of some flavor, it'll be cool for a month. But if it's not the fastest car in the Vision Gran Turismo lineup, then nobody's going to know about it after a month. So, I know, interesting tangent topic for today. Let me know what you guys are all thinking down below. If you guys enjoy the Vision Gran Turismos as well, or if you're thinking that they're kind of in the same boat as the crossovers and the SUVs, where it's just kind of like, just give me some more real race cars, man. Come on. So again, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to check out my Fanatec affiliate link down in the description below. And don't forget to check out my merchandise store at oweo.com/store/Matt51Westby. Again, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day today. Take care. Bye.